Hi, I'm Joe James. I want to talk to you today about selfishness, or what appears to be selfishness with autistic people. Now, the way our brains work, and this is the way my brain works, and this is the way that the brains work of the people that I know and the people that I've met. I do not speak for all autistic people. I need to say that at the beginning of all videos. But I believe the way our brains work is we have to be focused on our day. So our day, in order to avoid overstimulation, meltdowns, problems, changes, interruptions to our routine, we have to make sure that our days, or you, if you're the parent of an autistic child who can't explain this to you, you have to make sure their day is free of interruption to the best of your ability. Now, this is not an easy task. It is definitely not an easy task as an adult, and it's definitely not an easy task for a child. I mean, life is unpredictable. That's just the way it is. As we get older, I certainly have realised this more. My daughter, she is 16 now. She's getting more used to it. I'm guiding her through the different changes. But the point is that we don't deal well with change in an instant. So when plans change, when things happen, it does lead to a meltdown. Now, this is, I think, a way of our brains almost not punishing us, but pushing us in the right direction to say, no, you've got to keep on task, because our brains are basically just for learning. We just want information. I bet you so much money that if you have an autistic person in your life, or you are an autistic person, you just want to ask questions. You want to know, why is this? Why is that? Why does this do this? Why does that do that? Mummy, why does the sky, change colours at night? Why does, air make us live? We want to know these things. This is the discoverer inside us. We are very creative, but we are also very good at discovering. We need to be guided in that direction, and that's what our brains do. That's why we end up hyper-focusing and really concentrating on one thing. So when something interrupts that, our brain, tries to push us back onto that path, and that is a fight in our heads. So I will do a video on meltdowns. I'll do it tomorrow. But today it's about selfishness. So what appears to be selfish when it comes to an autistic person is us saying, no, I don't want to do that, or I don't want to do this, or I want to do this, and I think you should do that with me. Or basically just talking about our own thing and not being interested in your thing. It's not that we don't care about you, it's just we find it really difficult to care about your thing because our brains are so focused on our thing. So in conversations, they can be definitely one-sided. They can seem like we're self-obsessed, that we just want to talk about the things we're interested in. That is the case, but it's not because we're bad people. It's because our brains are forcing us to go in a certain direction. Because without that brain of ours, we wouldn't have discovered Einstein's theory of relativity. Without that brain of ours, we wouldn't have discovered evolution. We wouldn't have discovered maths and the sciences and Google and all sorts of amazing things that neurotypical people benefit from nowadays. It was most likely, and has been proven to be on many occasions, an autistic brain that has been driven towards finding out these things. So in a lesser or grander extent, depending on your child or you as an autistic person, your brain will be forcing you into trying to learn things, trying to understand things. And then you want to tell people about it, because that's also what we do. We want to tell people everything that we've discovered. And when we become, introverted, I think a lot of the time is that when we try and do that, then it is considered to be bad behaviour, or not acceptable, or rude, or any of the utterly ridiculous things that neurotypical and so-called experts come up with? Well, we need our day to go in a certain way. That is how we cope. So when people consider us selfish because we're doing things that make us happy, that's because the alternative is a misery that you will never comprehend. And it could be over nothing. It could be over the wrong jumper, or a spilled orange juice, or a train being late. It could be over something that a neurotypical person might be, a bit annoyed about that. But for an autistic mind that is so focused on what we are doing, it is literally the grand finale of bad things. It is, your wedding dress has just been spilt on just before you're about to go down the aisle with red wine. It is that sort of tragedy, but it could be something really small. Okay, this also relates to meltdowns, but like I said, I'll talk about that tomorrow. But this is why we're selfish, or seemingly selfish. We're not. We're just self-protective. Thank you.